Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Hari Om. The next shloka of the Shiva Ashtottara Shatanamavali Sutram is Mridah Pachupatirdevo Mahadevo Vyayo Harihi Ushadantabhidavyagro Dakshadhvaraharo Haraha. The first name in this shloka is Mridaha. Mridaha means one who makes us happy, one who is the very source of all happiness, who is the very embodiment of happiness. He is the Supreme Lord, and it is the Lord who makes us happy at all times. In the Shiva Mahimna Stotram, Pushpadanta, he praises the Lord and he says, Jana Sukha Krite Sattvodriktau Mridaya Namo Namaha. Salutations to Mrida, the Lord, who functioning through predominant Sattva Guna maintains the world and brings happiness to all the beings. So, how does the Lord bring happiness to everyone? Happiness and sorrow come when we experience the result of our karmas. Bhagwan is the karma phaladata. So when we do punya karma, we get good results that make us happy. When we do papa karma, they give us bad result. When we do sat karma, the result of that is punya, which brings happiness. And when we do dushkarma, the result of that is papa, that brings us sorrow. Bhagwan is the karma phaladata and gives the results according to the law of karma to all the jivas. And he is also the karma adhyaksha, enlivening our equipment and enabling the equipment to act, to feel, to think. So Bhagwan is karma adhyaksha and karma phaladata. By enabling us to act, feel and think, as well as by giving us the result, Bhagwan blesses us with happiness. And also he has given us the choice of how to face the result. We may have done some negative karma in the past for which we are getting some sorrow or suffering, but we can respond to it with balance, with dignity, with acceptance, with surrender. Then we are able to go through it without getting very disturbed. So that choice also Bhagwan has given us. And by exercising that choice, we can become happy. The knowledge to help us to exercise that choice, that we have this choice and how to make this choice, that knowledge also Bhagwan gives us. The scriptures reveal all this knowledge. The Lord helps us to understand the scriptures. He becomes the Guru, comes into our life. Also, if we look around, this entire world is created by the Lord. As Pushpadanta said, functioning out of predominant sattva, he maintains the balance in the world and brings happiness to the jivas. Bhagwan has not created this srishti to cause pain and suffering, because one who is the embodiment of happiness can only bring happiness. And yet we think that if God was really there, there would not be so much suffering in life. It is like saying if petrol is really there, then the car will not meet accident. Car goes through an accident because of the choice of the driver, not because of the petrol. Same way, there is suffering in Jiva Srishti, in our world, which human beings we have created. In Ishvara Srishti, in nature, there is no pain, there is no dukkha. One may say, no, no, there is pain even in the Ishvara Srishti. When an animal is killed by another, there is pain. Yes, there is pain, there is no doubt. But the law of karma takes care of that, and the animal and the other beings are not suffering psychologically like how we human beings do. And they don't make others suffer psychologically. They don't exploit nature and destroy the nature. They live within the rules and the laws of nature. It's very interesting conversation between Simba and his father in Lion King, where the father is explaining to Simba the circle of life, that when the lion kills the deer, there is no doubt pain for the deer. But when the lion dies, the lion gets into the earth and grows in the form of grass, and the deer again eats that grass. So the circle of life completes itself. Nature has its own way of balancing. So Bhagwan maintains the whole Srishti with predominant Sattva Guna. And when we look around in nature, there is a lot of happiness. And is it not true that when we tune up ourselves with nature, we feel so happy? Just looking at a glorious sunrise, or the birds flying, or how the flowers they bloom. We hike on a mountain, or we go into the woods. So many ways in which we can tune up to nature. We feel happy. So the Lord brings happiness to all the beings through the creation itself. If we learn to follow the laws of nature, we can be happy, we can make others happy. For that, we must align ourselves also. Our body, mind, intellect also must align itself well. And we must tune up to the totality. Today, both these are missing, hence, we are unhappy. We are not aligned to ourselves. Our body, mind, intellect are disintegrated. We have high levels of selfishness, greed, anger, passion, jealousy, comparisons, and we live in a very disturbed state of mind. And we are not able to tune up with the nature. We are exploiting nature. So we find ourselves in misery and we think that the whole world is also the cause of misery. If we just tune up our body, mind, intellect well and understand how to tune up with the surroundings, with the nature, life can be very blissful. Because Bhagwan created it only for bliss, out of bliss. When we say Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Satyam is truth, Shivam is auspiciousness, Sundaram is beauty. The Lord's nature is Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, and the whole world is an appearance of that Lord. So it is also Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. We just need the right vision to see it. And what gives us that right vision? Sattva Guna gives us the right vision. In the Gita, Bhagavan says, Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati. When there is Sattva Guna, then there will be Sukha in our mind. So, how Bhagavan creates the whole Srishti out of predominant Sattva, if we want to experience happiness, we also must live in predominant Sattva Guna. We must anchor in knowledge, learn to do practices which will quieten the mind and experience inner peace, learn to be selfless, learn to give more than what we consume, learn to be in balance, not to go into extremities. Many are these ways of sattva guna. To live in sattva is called sadhana. To live in attachment, which is rajoguna, and to live in ignorance, which is tamoguna, there is no sadhana required. A seeker is one who does sadhana and who asks oneself every minute that is this a sattvic response? What is a more balanced response? How best can I respond in this situation rather than reacting? So every minute when we anchor in Sattva Guna and when we act, we will be happy internally. Even if externally there is disturbance, internally we will still be happy. And as we say in our culture, Yatha Drishti, Tatha Srishti. As we, as our vision, as our vision, so the world appears to us. So if our vision is sattvic, our vision is happy, we see the world also as a happy place. And if there is sorrow, suffering, we go out to serve and to alleviate sorrow and suffering. In today's world, to be happy genuinely is the best service I can do before I can do anything else. Because wherever we look, people are stressed, worried, tense, anxious, depressed. So we need to come out of these things individually first and then create a world and then help others to also come out of these states and experience inner happiness. Spiritual knowledge and alignment of the body, mind, intellect will help us to experience the happiness. And the Lord is the master of this alignment. He is the master of yoga. Yoga means to unite the body, mind, intellect, align the body, mind, intellect to the higher purpose, and we experience happiness. Sattva guna helps to align. Rajo guna and tamo guna destroy this alignment. And hence, the Lord is called as Mrida, the one who brings happiness to others because he is an embodiment of happiness himself. This name, Mridaya Namaha, is also a very important name that whenever we do any action, if there is any incompleteness in the action or there are any errors of omission or commission, then we make up for all those errors by chanting these three names. Om Haraya Namaha, Om Mridaya Namaha, Om Shankaraya Namaha. So even in puja, in rituals, etc., these three are used, and even in our daily life we can use. Wherever there is any error of omission, commission, there is some incompleteness. To make it complete, we chant these three names. Just like the three names of Lord Vishnu, Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. When we chant these, then any action which is incomplete becomes complete. Same way, these are the three names of Lord Shiva. Om Haraya Namaha, Om Mridaya Namaha, Om Shankaraya Namaha. So let us remember Lord Mrida always, and he is an embodiment of happiness, and he brings happiness to all the jivas. So as the devotees of that Supreme Lord, let us experience happiness within and bring happiness to others.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.